Hello everyone, it's Joseph Dunphy here, and this is your weekly Grass10 grazing management update on the dairy edge. Pasture-based data for the week. The average farm cover has bumped up nicely to 719 kilos of dry matter per hectare, and the cover per livestock unit to 219 kilos per livestock unit. Growth is strong again at 67 kilos and demand at 50. The diet currently is 15.5 of grass and 3.5 of meal, and pre-grazing is at 1466. Grass grow predictions for the coming week are again expected to be strong, with between 58 and 60 in the southeast of the country and in around 65 to 75 in the Midlands and the West. Rainfall amounts are variable depending on location, with 25 to 30 millimetres of rain expected in the west and the northwest, and less than 15 millimetres of rain expected in the south and the east. Soil temperatures again for the next week are expected to be strong at between 16 and 17 degrees. Just a quick reminder that the Grass10 team and Pasture Base Ireland hosted a webinar last Monday, the 28th of July, on the topic of improving grazing infrastructure on your farm. Some of the items that were discussed were adjusting paddock sizes, looking at roadway width and condition, looking at drinking troughs and pipe diameter, amongst other things, and how to improve them on your farm. We looked at the costs of putting in new spur roadways and 4 and 5 metre roadway widths, and also the costs of putting in drinking troughs and maybe a full new water system. So if these are items that interest you, the link to the webinar on Monday night is in this week's Grass10 newsletter, and also is available on YouTube or on our social media channels. So make sure to click the link and to watch it back. So back to the current grazing advice. Grass growth rates have improved substantially as rainfall has arrived to most farms, especially in the southeast and the east. Some farms, particularly in the northern half of the country, are already at mid-August targets, which is 250 kilos of dry matter per livestock unit. There's probably still an opportunity to remove a paddock for bales on these farms if pre-grazing yield is greater than 1600. As we start to move to slightly longer rotations, nitrogen application should increase as well. So nitrogen application should be 25 to 30 units of N for August. However, keep an eye on your fertiliser allowance. Half-rate nitrogen or dairy washing should be used on grass clover paddocks. The key target now over the next number of weeks is to be in leafy, high-quality 14 to 1500s pre-grazing yield, and ensure tight residuals to maintain high-quality regrowth on swards as we enter autumn build-up. And as we approach the 1st of August, building grass supply on our farm should be our main priority. Extending autumn grazing is worth a minimum of €2 per cow per day, and it also reduces the labour requirements on farm later on in the year. The key to building autumn grass is rotation length. So if we're at an 18 to 20 day round at the minute, our next target is to be somewhere in around a 25-day rotation by the middle of August. Another key area of focus as we come into that early autumn period on farms is the focus on soil fertility. Lime NK should be applied on all farms with a recommendation of 2 tonne per acre of lime where required, and targeted K application based on soil test and silage offtakes. For every 4 bales per acre harvested, 24 units of K is removed. So keep a list of paddocks that will require additional K and either apply slurry or apply potash. Other products that can come in there as well as NK products, so the likes of 29-014. Where second cut silage has been removed, apply slurry or a compound NPK product. This week's featured farmer is Chris Cahill, who's farming in Delvin, County Westmeath, milking 240 cows. The current diet is 17 kilos of grass and 3 kilos of meal. The cows are currently milking 20 litres of 4.8 fat and 3.7 protein. Current fertiliser on the farm is 23 units of protected urea per rotation on the grass-only paddocks, and 12 units of nitrogen per rotation on grass clover swards. Average farm cover again has recovered very well at 827 and growth is at 73, with current demand at 65. The current cover per livestock unit is 215, and stocking rate with some more reseeded ground out is up at 3.85. Chris notes in his current management we've had a good bounce in growth rate and surplus is starting to grow on farm. He's still grazing 14 to 1500 pre-grazing yields, but by the middle of next week he can see that he may have another paddock for bales. He's reseeded 17 acres recently with a grass and high clover mix, and this is on top of further reseeding that he had completed in the springtime. He's in the region of 80 tonne of lime spread recently, and he plans to spread more lime along with K in the autumn of 2025. If you'd like to hear more from the Grass10 team, subscribe to the weekly Grass10 newsletter, which is available on the Grass10 page on the Teagasc public website, and the link to the newsletter is also available in the description of this podcast. We'd also like to thank the sponsors of the Grass10 campaign, AIB, Grassland Agro, Department of Agriculture, FBD and the Farmers Journal. This has been your Grass10 update. I hope you've enjoyed listening to me, and I'll talk to you all very soon.